Hi, guys, and welcome back to a new episode of A Girl's Reflections. And the topic that I'll be covering today is how to set realistic goals and achieve them. Setting goals is the first step that sets all our plans in motion. However, for these goals to really make sense and lead us to what we want, it is essential that they are realistic and accompanied by a plan. So, here is a very practical way to help you set achievable goals and most importantly to achieve them until the end. First of all, it's important to understand why you want to achieve this goal. The purpose behind each goal is the fuel that keeps us going, especially when obstacles arise. If your goal is, for example, to learn a new language, think about what you want to achieve by doing so. Perhaps like opening up professional opportunities or becoming more independent when traveling. But when we create a goal and we really want to put our plan into action and we want something to start happening, our goals have to be to have a few characteristics. They have to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And by this, I mean goals that are specific, are clear, and detailed. For example, instead of saying, I want to be healthy, define something more precise, like, I will run 3 times a week to improve my health, or I will eat an apple a day, or I will eat 3 pieces of fruit a day to improve my health. You also need to make sure that you can measure your progress. If your goal is to lose weight, set a concrete number like lose 5 kilograms in 3 months. You have to set something that is within your reach, and there is nothing more demotivating than an impossible goal. For example, becoming fluent in a language in 1 month is highly unlikely, and that can lead to frustration. When I said that goals should be meaningful, I meant that the goal needs to make sense to you and align with your values and long-term ambitions. So ask yourself, it is really something worth my time and effort? And the final general point of all this is to set a deadline. So instead of saying I want to read more, try to say I want to read 1 book per month for the next 6 months. When you're trying to achieve a big goal, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, and that's why the best strategy is to break it down into smaller steps. Goals can seem a lot less daunting when you break them down into manageable chunks. For example, imagine your goal is to write a book. Start with smaller steps, like write 1 chapter a month or write 100 words a day. So the next topic is create an action plan. The action plan is what will transform the goal into a series of concrete steps. So make a list of all the specific actions you need to take. And now I'm giving an example. Imagine that the goal is to save money for a trip. So you have to define how much you want to save, for example, 5,000 in a year. So you have to calculate how much you need to save per month and then create a budget and identify where you can cut unnecessary expenses. So having deadlines is also important as they keep us focused and prevent procrastination. For each step of the plan, just set a deadline. This way you can keep the pace and prevent the goal from being prolonged infinitely. And the idea is to achieve your goal once and for all and stop getting distracted. So if your time becomes tighter, you can choose and decide better what your priorities are in this process. And of course, not everything will go as planned, and that's natural. It's okay. So anticipate possibly difficulties and think of ways to overcome them. Also, stay flexible to adapt to your plan if necessary. And it's not about like abandoning your goal, but rather being creative in dealing with the unexpected. Sharing your goals with friends and family can give you the boost you need to keep going. You can also look for someone who is doing something similar so you can follow each other's progress and exchange ideas or tips. And having someone you can share things with and realizing that you are not alone, especially in those moments when you feel like giving up, it is a great thing. And one very important thing too is celebrate your achievements. When you reach a milestone, take some time to acknowledge and celebrate it. This moment of celebration is a reward for your hard work and helps you to have a positive mindset about your goal. You will realize that you have come so far and that there is so much more you can do. And I think that when you celebrate something you have achieved, it actually motivates you to keep going and find more things to do and create new goals. And yeah, in short, like setting and achieving goals requires dedication, patience, and a lot of determination. So just remember that what matters is not how fast you get to your destination, but whether you can stay on the path until the end. And of course, enjoy the journey. And this was the episode of today. I hope you enjoy it. And that's all. See you next time. Bye.